Welcome to Module 2 of the Autom Mate Academy. In the first module, we showed you where everything is on the Autom Mate platform. So by now, you should have a solid grasp of where everything is. In this module, we're going to go through more key details and help you build your first Autom. The Autom we build by the end of this module will be a specific one. However, the idea of how it's built and where everything is stays the same no matter what you're doing. In this video, we'll explore the Vault feature, a powerful tool which you've become familiar with in the previous module. The Vault allows you to securely manage credentials required for various processes within your applications or by users. The Vault ensures that your sensitive information remains secure while enabling smooth operations across your workflows. It's designed to help you manage all of your credentials in one secure place. Whether you're dealing with app credentials or custom credentials, the Vault provides the flexibility to create, manage, and secure these essential pieces of information with ease. Let's start by taking a look at app credentials. These are specific credentials created to establish connections required by applications. Users with the necessary permissions can manage these credentials by creating new ones, editing existing ones, or deleting those that are no longer needed. There are 5 key fields for the app credentials. Firstly, the credential name, which is a unique identifier assigned to each credential. This will help you distinguish between different credentials within the Vault. Then you have application. This is the specific application or system the credential is intended for. You then have the owner, which is the individual or entity who created the credential. Then we have authentication type. This defines the method used to authenticate the credential when connecting to the application, such as OAuth or basic authentication. And finally, we have the created on date. This will help you track when the credential was added to the Vault, allowing you to monitor its lifecycle. What you can see here on this screen is a list of 5 credentials we've already got, including Topdesk, Jira, Twitter, ForMe, and the Microsoft Outlook calendar. But if we want to add a new app credential, we simply go to the top right of this screen and click on New App Credential. We're then given the option to select the app that we want to connect. And we have a list of all of the applications within our Autom Mate instance. So let's say we want to add a ServiceNow credential. You'll then be given a list of fields that you need to fill in. These fields will differ depending on which application you've chosen, because each application requires different information. We have the connector name, the authentication type, and the instance URL. Once we've inputted these, we can select whether we want to set it as a default credential. If we do, we click on this box. Then, connect and create. If you need to switch the app at any point in time, you click on this button here, and then you're able to go and change the application. So let's say we wanted to do Jira instead. There we go. Once we've created a credential, we can view them and manage them here. We click on this little arrow on the right-hand side of each credential. It will then give you a list of all the credentials within that application. It'll give you the name, the owner, the authentication type, when it was created. You then have a visibility to see if the credential is connected. You can delete the credential here, or you can edit the credential by clicking on this. We also have another button here if you wanted to quickly add another credential to that specific application. Now let's quickly talk about understanding authentication types. Authentication types are crucial for securing applications and data. Autom Mate supports various methods, including OAuth and OAuth 2.0, which are secure methods for authorization without exposing user credentials. We also have basic authentication, which is a simpler method for using a username and password. And then we have API key and access token, which are unique identifiers for authenticating requests to web services or APIs. Each application will give you different options for different types of authentications. For instance, if we use Microsoft Outlook, we'll get options to use OAuth. However, if we use, let's say, ServiceNow, we'll have a basic authentication type. Some applications will give you multiple options, and it will simply depend on which authentication type matters to you in your specific situation. And as I mentioned before, you can set a specific credential as a default for that specific application. So again, if we were to set one up in Jira and we wanted this credential to be the default credential for this application, as long as we select that box, that will always be the case. We can always edit that later if things change. This will help you save time and reduce the risk of errors. In addition to app credentials, Autom Mate also supports custom credentials tailored to specific needs. We can find this here, below application credentials. These credentials are user-centric, meaning they are accessible only to the user who created them, ensuring privacy and security. To add a new custom credential, we navigate to the top middle of the screen and click on Add New Credential. Here we can fill in the credential name, the credential description if needs be, the variable name, the variable description, and the variable value. If we have more variables that we need to input, we can hit this plus button here, and we can put more in. And again, or remove them using the minus button. We also have an option for choosing masking variable value. If we need to mask the value, we can click this button here. Once we've filled in this information, we click on Save, and our new custom credential will be ready. And just like with the application credentials, if we need to delete them or edit them, we can do so in the exact same way. Custom credentials are securely tied to the user who creates them. This means only the owner can view or access these credentials, ensuring that sensitive information remains private and protected. And that is everything you need to know about the Vault. The Vault feature in Automate is an essential tool for managing credentials securely and efficiently. Whether you're working with app credentials or custom credentials, the Vault offers the flexibility and security that you need to keep your operations running smoothly.